Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Bhajana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Hari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hariba, 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 Nitai Gaura Hariba. श्री राधा माधव की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य जनञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Namaumi Supadaya Gosapastaya Bhutali Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharini Nivishesha Sunyavadi Pasatya Disatarini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Svasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakati Shatma, Bandhamoy Savadana Mate, Jahara Prasade Bhai, He Bhava Toriya Jai, Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha, होते कृष्ण भक्ति होए जहाँ होते श्लोक पाठ की जाए नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् न सप्रेषु अभद्रेषु Nityam Bhagavata Seviyam Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Nasiki Yasyam Vaisruya Manayam Krishna Parme Purushe Bhakti Upadite Pumsaha Sokamoha Vayapaha. Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the five lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. Srimad Bhagavatam 177. Hare Krishna. Okay, Kale Vanakkam, you want me in Tamil or in English class? One hour, I just. Difficult to either one. Tell me Tamil or English. English, yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Mataji. Please have your blessing, Mataji, so that I can speak something useful to all of us on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and my speech master. I heard a lot about you, Mataji. Wonderful pastime. Wonderful you've been saying, Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So today I'll be speaking on a very important topic for all of us, the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the ripened fruit of all Vedic literature. If you take the Vedas, the Vedic literature as a fruit with full of trees, fruits, so Srimad Bhagavatam is considered as a ripened fruit. Okay, it's considered as a ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. Okay. In Srimad Bhagavatam 113, very nicely said, Nigama Kalpatru Galitapalam, Sukhamukha Amrta Drava Samyutam, Pivata Bhagavata Rasamalayam, Muhur Uka Rasika Bhuvi Bhavakaha. Prabhu, can somebody read? Okay. O expert and thoughtful man, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literature. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarine juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. So, Bhagavatam itself saying that Srimad Bhagavatam becomes more relishable because it was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. As you know, the fruits, if the fruits are beaten, by Sukha, parrot, it will be more tasteful, sweeter. So same thing, Srimad Bhagavatam, because it was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami, become more relishable. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.10, it is mentioned the qualities of people in Kali Yuga. Prayena paisa sabhyakala asmi yogi jnanaha mandas mandamatayo mandabhagya hi upadataha. So in Kali Yuga, the first quality of people in Kali Yuga, they are alpayus. They have short lifespan, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Okay, it's a very short lifespan. And second is Kala, they always fight, quarrel. That's the nature of people in Kali Yuga, they always quarrel. And third, they are manda, they are lazy. Spiritually they are lazy, materially they are lazy. And next quality is they easily tricked or cheated. Okay, they easily cheated. And then abhagyam, they are very unfortunate. And finally, he upadataha, the chanchalam. Their mind is chanchalam, it's not peaceful. So these are the qualities of people in Kali Yuga. We are the one. Okay? We are the one. These are the qualities of us. Okay? And also in 12th Canto, chapter 2, text 1, Sukadeva Goswami say, then, O king, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength and memory will all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali. This is how. As Kali Yuga matures, the dharma also subside. Dharma, all the qualities will subside. Okay, that's the nature of people in Kali Yuga. As you know, I'm sure all of you are aware of the story how Kali Yuga was born. Okay, so once Parikshit Maharaj, he was the grandson of Arjuna. He was the king. He was riding his chariot and he saw black man was beating the legs of the cows and bulls. And he got angry. Immediately he got down from the chariot and took out his sword. He wanted to kill the black man. And that black man was Kalipurusha. Kalipurusha. And then he asked forgiveness from Parikshit Maharaj. Oh my Lord, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Because it is mentioned in the Shastra, whoever surrendered to shelter, you must forgive him. So, King Parikshit forgave Kalipurusha. Okay, I forgive you, but don't remain in my country. Get out of my country now. Then Kali said, oh my Lord, the whole world is your country. Where can I go? Then Kali said, okay. Then Parikshit thought, yeah, the whole world is my country. Where you want to go? Then Kali asked, okay, my Lord, give me 4 places I can reside. Wherever they are killing animals, I want to reside there. Okay. Wherever they have illicit relationship, I want to reside there. Okay. Wherever they are gambling, I want to reside. And wherever they are having intoxication. So he asked for these 4 places and Parikshit gave. Parikshit Maharaj was so confident that none of these places will ever exist in his country. He was so confident. So he gave, okay. And then finally asked, I want to also reside wherever there's a gold. And Parikshit gave that boon without realizing that his crown is made of gold. And Kali immediately went and sat in the crown of Parikshit Maharaj. And then he started to influence. And Parikshit became thirsty and he wanted to drink. He came to the ashram of Samika Rishi And that time, Samika Rishi was in meditation. He says, Swami, I'm thirsty, give me some water. And Samika Rishi was in deep trance. He didn't realize that King Parashi came. Then Parashi asked, oh my Lord, I'm thirsty, can I have some water to drink? He didn't respond. Couple of times he asked, he didn't respond. And Parashi became angry because by the influence of Kali. And out of anger, Parashi took a dead snake and put on the neck of Samika Rishi and left. After some boys saw the incident and they went to learn their Samika Rishi's son, Sringi. Sringi, somebody offended your father. Somebody put dead snake on the body, on the neck of your father. And Sringi became very angry, without knowing that the one who put that was the king of the country. Immediately he cursed. Whoever offended my father will die by snake bite in 7 days, without realizing the person was the king. Immediately he cursed. And Parashi Maharaj came to know about the curse. He left everything to his son and he was preparing to be dead. Because you're going to die in 7 days. Then he went to the bank of Ganga. He saw many sages sitting there. And he asked the sage, oh my Lord, I'm going to die in 7 days. What shall I do? How to prepare? He asked so many questions. Then the sage said, oh my Lord, you don't worry. There's a great sage going to come. Great Mahan going to come. You can ask a question to him. And finally, Sukadeva Goswami came. Sukadeva Goswami, son of Vyasamuni, came. And Parikshit Maharaj asked the question, all the question to him. And that form Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, that form Srimad Bhagavatam we are reading now. Basically, Parikshit Maharaj wants to know how to live and how to live. Okay, that was the main question he asked Sukadeva Goswami. And after 7 days, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, like cursed by Stringi, one bird, a snake flying and came and spewed the venom and killed Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj went back to spiritual world just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. Of course, Parikshit Maharaj gave the kingdom to his son. And this is Abhimanyu and Uttara, their father, mother, and their son Parikshit. Parikshit's wife named Iravati. And they have 4 sons. Elders were Janmejaya. And the kingdom was given to Janmejaya. Once Parvati Devi desired to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. She asked her husband, oh my Lord, I want to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you speak? And Lord Shiva said, this Srimad Bhagavatam is very secret. Okay, since you desired to listen, I will speak Srimad Bhagavatam. But only to you. Only to you I will speak Srimad Bhagavatam. While Lord Shiva was speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, Parvati Devi went to sleep. She went to sleep. Was sleeping. But while Lord Shiva narrating Srimad Bhagavatam, there was a voice from background saying, acknowledging, Then Lord Shiva wondered, hey, Parvati Devi is sleeping, who's making noise? Then he saw one sukha, one parrot up in the tree. The parrot is the one listening and saying, And Lord Shiva became angry. And he chased that parrot. And that time early in the morning, Vyasadevi's wife, she woke up and she was warning. She was yawning, And that time the bird ran and entered the mouth of Vyasa's wife. And that bird is Sukadeva Goswami. Sukha. Sukha means parrot. And Sukadeva Goswami, he was in the womb of his mother for 16 years. He didn't want to come out. Can you imagine mother carrying a son, 16 years son in the womb? Can you imagine how difficult? He didn't want to come out. Then his father said, son, please, mother cannot bear you. Please come out, please come out. He said, no, father, I'm not going to come out. The world is difficult, dangerous, full of Maya, I don't want to come out. Maya will capture me. Then Vyasa said, I give you assurance. My son, I give you assurance that Maya will never capture you. Then Sukadeva said, father, even you are under Maya. How are you going to give assurance to me? Then Vyasa went and saw Krishna, oh my Lord, please, you come. With the word Sukadeva will come out. And Krishna came. The famous verse in Bhagavad Gita, Daivi sa gunamai mama maya durat eya mam eva ye prapayante maya metantarandide. This divine energy of mind consisting of three modes of material nature, the Maya Loka, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Okay? Krishna can take us out from Maya. Krishna can give assurance. So with that assurance, Sukadeva Goswami agreed to come out. He was born. Can you imagine 16 years old? Immediately when he was born, he ran away. Sukadeva ran away. And his father was chasing him. Sukadeva, please come back, son, please come back, please come. And he was running. At that time in a pond, some girls were bathing without clothes. When Sukadeva passed by, nobody bothered. They were swimming like nobody bothered. And after that, Vyasa came. When Vyasa came, all the girls, they went and hid behind tree with their clothes on. They were hiding behind the tree. And Vyasa asked, hey, just now my son was running, nobody bothered. But when I came, everybody started to cover the body. Why? Because Sukadeva is beyond the three modes of it. He doesn't see women or men. Nothing disturbs him. He's such a liberated soul. But you are married, Vyasamuni, you are married man, you have all these consciousness, shame, everything you have. That is why we are covering. There was an answer from the girl. 5,000 years ago, Vyasamuni saw with his vision, he saw the nature, Kali Yuga. He could see that the age was so sinful, so many sinful activities happening. He became scared. All the knowledge is in his head. Previously, how they learn, the Guru will speak. And then the student will listen. That's all. Only one they will listen from the Guru, and for the rest of life, they will remember. Can you imagine? So powerful, the memory power. So Vyasa Munis know that Kali Yuga people are short. They have a very poor memory. So I must write this, the whole Vedas. So he went approach, finally, Lord Ganesha agreed to write. I will write, my Lord. You just need, I will write into writing. And Vyasa spoke all the way the four Vedas, Advaita Upanishad, 18 Puranas, Mahabharata, everything. And Lord Ganesha will write. There are 18 Puranas, major Puranas written by Ganesh. And these 18 Puranas, according to Padma Purana, divided to three sections: Sattvic Purana, Rajasic Purana, and Tamasic Purana. These are the six Sattvic. Of course, the greatest among 18 Puranas was the Srimad Bhagavatam Purana. Okay? And Vishnu and Garuda Purana. Okay, these are the 6 Satvik Purana. All the 18 Puranas, the total verses were 400,000, 4 lakh verses, total of the 18 Puranas. Srimad Bhagavatam Purana, it is not called Purana, it is called Mahapurana. Because to be eligible to be called Mahapurana, you must speak 10 subjects. Other Puranas speak about 3 or 4 subjects, but Srimad Bhagavatam speaks 10 subjects. That is why Srimad Bhagavatam is called Mahapurana. These are the 10 subjects spoken by Srimad Bhagavatam. In 12th Canto, chapter 13, text 16, Jesus says, the Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among deities, and Lord Sambhu, Shiva, the greatest of all Vaishnava. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam represent the limbs of Krishna. The first and second canto represent the lotus feet. Third and fourth canto represent leg and thighs. Fifth canto waist. 6, 7, 8, 9 chest and shoulders and neck. 10 canto represent Krishna's smiling face. 11 the hair and 12 ornament on top of the head. These mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is not different than Krishna. It's not different. Okay? The whole 12 canto represent Krishna limb. So that is why you can even put Bhagavatam on altar and worship. Because it is not different than Krishna. Very beautiful verse. Okay. Can somebody read a translation?
Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart.
Thank you, Prabhu. This beautiful Bhagavatam compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity is sufficient in itself for God realization. Can you imagine? Vyasamuni compile everything and finally you say you don't have to read everything. Just read in Srimad Bhagavatam. Is sufficient to go back home. The author himself saying that. The author himself saying, you don't need any other book, just read Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the need of any other scripture? Amazing, huh? Prophecy. Even Lord Krishna mentioned about Srimad Bhagavatam 5,000 years ago. One Krishna, it is mentioned in Brahma Vaita Purana. When once Krishna was sitting under the tree and goddess Ganga came and she came and said, Ganges said, "Oh protector, supreme enjoyer, on your departure for the perfect about Golaka thereafter, what will be my situation in the age of Kali?" Because she knows the age of Kali is going to be very sinful. Everybody going to engage in sinful like this. And they're going to come and bathe in Ganges and release all the sin to her. She know. She was crying, oh my Lord, what going to happen to me? She was crying to Krishna. And Krishna said, the blessed Lord said, on earth, 5,000 years of Kali will be sinful and sinners will deposit their sin nearby bathing. Bathing in Ganga, they will do all kind of sinful activity and they come bathe in Ganga and release the sin to her. She has to suffer, she has to carry all the sin. The Lord himself said, but the Lord said, thereafter, by the sight and touch of those who worship me, by my mantra, all those sins will be burned. Can you imagine? The Lord says here, Lord never say my devotee, no? He never say Mad Bhakta mighty. He said, those who chant my name. Correct? We say my devotee. There are millions of devotees of Krishna. But here he said, the one who is chanting my name. Who are chanting his name in Kali Yuga? Hare Krishna devotee. So the Lord is referring to the Sankirtan movement. Correct? He specifically said, those who are chanting my name. Can you imagine when Vaishnava go and bathe in Ganga, Ganga will get purified. Ganga emanates from the lotus feet of Vishnu. Garda Purana says 6 people can give you mukti. And one of them are Ganga. But here Ganga herself will be purified by the Vaishnava. Can you imagine the position of Vaishnava? Amazing, huh? You cannot understand. You cannot understand. So once in Malaysia, in one temple, you know, late Bhakti Vijayendra Maharaj is from Malaysia, Prabhupada disciple. He was in the temple. He came for Guru Puja, Prabhupada, Guru Puja. So he saw Prabhupada Murti. There was one wrinkle, small wrinkle. He saw one small wrinkle on Prabhupada's kurta. Then he pointed out the devotee who doing puja. Who iron? Didn't properly iron. That devotee said, Maharaj, sorry, it's just a small wrinkle. You know what Maharaj said? You don't know whose Prabhupada is. You don't know whose Prabhupada is. Just by touch of Vaishnava, pure devotee, even Ganga pure. Can you imagine? Even Ganga purified. Devoutly chanting of the name of Hari and reading of Bhagavata Purana. Bhagavata Purana means Srimad Bhagavatam. Reaching such a place attentively here. See, even Krishna telling, they will chant Hari Hari and read Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna already spoke 5,000 years ago, the glories of Bhagavatam. For 10,000 years of Kali, such a devotee of mine will fill the whole world. So this Sankirtan movement will last for only 10,000 years. After the departure of my devotee, there will only be one Varna, outcast. Devoid of my devotee, the earth will be shackled by Kali. Seeing this, Krishna departed. See? Krishna, 5,000 years ago, already glorified Srimad Bhagavatam, already glorified Sankirtan, already glorified Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada, and he's gone. Amazing, huh? This Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, and etc. Person who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. See? Krishna came as Srimad Bhagavatam just to deliver the people in Kali Yuga. That's the purpose of Bhagavatam. When Krishna was about to go back to Goloka Vrindavan, the last person Krishna met was Uddhava. Uddhava was a pure devotee of Krishna. And Krishna told Uddhava, I'm going to leave. And Uddhava was crying. Only the lotus feet of the Lord, he was crying, oh my Lord, take me along, don't leave me, he was crying. Uddhava had such a devotion. One Murari Gupta, the secretary of Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar, told Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta was the doctor of Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar was secretary. Swarup Damodar asked Murari Gupta, do you know how Uddhava developed such a devotion? He asked, do you know how he developed such a devotion? Because every day Uddhava will only eat Mahaprasad. Will only eat Krishna Mahaprasad. That was the answer given. See how powerful Krishna Mahaprasad. Once I read Prabhu, those drug addicts, you see government in Malaysia, for example, they spend billions of dollars. They cannot transform the drug addict. It's very difficult. Drug addict is one very difficult because they have the addiction. But I read in one place, Prabhu, we can transform them. Just give them Charnamarta, Krishna Charnamarta every day. That powerful Charnamarta. But it mentioned the Riti must be powerful. That means, like here, they worship very nicely. It means if we give a drug addict Charnamarta every day, very soon he will recover. It's mentioned. So anyway, Uddhava was praying. Then Krishna said, Uddhava, I told you don't get attached to anything, correct? So now you're going to separate that. It's going to be very difficult. Then Uddhava said, Krishna, if you ask me to don't get attached to material thing, it's fine now. But if you tell me don't get attached to you, how is it possible, Krishna? Then Krishna said, Uddhava, you have to stay back because I got mission for you. You have to go to Badrinath. You go to Badrinath and I'm there in the form of Narayana Rishi. You can worship me. And read Srimad Bhagavatam. Because I live in Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna said, I live in Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you imagine how, it's amazing. Prabhupada given us Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada said, there's no comparison and there's no competition to Srimad Bhagavatam in the entire universe. Can you imagine? Entire universe, there's no comparison, no competition to Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada said, every word. You don't have to read one verse. Just by reading one word, your life can be transformed. Such a powerful Srimad Bhagavatam. As God is all light, all bliss and all perfection, so also is Srimad Bhagavatam. If you want to learn how to love God or Krishna, then study Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Prabhupada written. Okay? There are two kinds of Bhagavata. Book Bhagavata and devotee Bhagavata. One of the Bhagavata is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is the pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion. CC RD 199. This Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God. Can you imagine? It's the incarnation of God. And it is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. And is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. See? There's not even one thing of metal thing in Srimad Bhagavatam. There's no even one thing of imperfection in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is all perfect. I show you, in Malaysia, in my hometown, there's a prison. And somehow, Prabhupada mercy, my Guru Maharaj mercy, I got a chance to cultivate Hindu inmates in that prison for the last 15, 16 years. And the one coming from my class, all are death sentence inmates. Death sentence. That means they are given death sentence. Anytime they can be hanged. In Malaysia, death sentence means they'll be hanged. Okay? In Malaysia, there are two types of offenses where you are given death sentence. One is murder, another one is if you possess drugs more than 10 grams. If you possess drugs more than 10 grams, consider you can be hanged. Okay, there are 6, 7 devotees at a time, so they become a good devotee. Prabhu, for the last 15, 16 years, about 6, 7 inmates were released. Okay? Acquitted. Either they won a court case or they are pardoned by the king. Okay? I'm sure here is got correct. In India, you have pardon? Yeah. President, yeah. So in the country, king, he can pardon after many years. Okay? So there are about 6, 7 inmates, I know, they were acquitted, either pardoned or won. Prabhu, one thing interesting, Prabhu, all of them who were acquitted were reading Srimad Bhagavatam at that time. I was looking at what is common among all of them. Some are murders, some are drugs and all that. One thing was in common, all of them, when they were acquitted, were reading Srimad Bhagavatam. That's a power, no doubt. No doubt, We can have doubt. Really, bro. Don't have a doubt. Correct? Bhagavatam will do its job. There was a great devotee named Pundanam in Guruvayur, Kerala. Pundanam is a great reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam. When he recites, he so beautifully recites Bhagavatam, everybody knew. Everybody knows that Pundanam recites very well. And then there is one Shiva temple just about 1 hour from Guruvayur. Kottayur, the place name is Kottayur, is mentioned there. There is one Shiva temple in Kottayur, but that Shiva temple only will open once a year. They will only open once a year for 7 days. They will do Abhishek, everything, puja, everything. Only 7 days, once a year. So, Pundanam had a great desire, he wanted to go and visit that temple. So he went. When he went, when people said, oh, Pundanam came, Pundanam, why don't you speak Bhagavatam for 7 days? And Pundanam agreed. Pundanam agreed, and he spoke Bhagavatam for 7 days. On the first day, Pundanam read Canto 10, chapter 60. Once he finished that chapter, he put the bookmark on chapter 61 and left. He left the Bhagavatam temple and left. Everybody left. The next day, Pundanam came and he saw the bookmark was first page of chapter 60. The Pundanam, hey, yesterday we already read chapter 60. I thought I put in 61. Then he said, oh, maybe the Lord decided, okay, now today I recite chapter 60 also. Second day also, he recited chapter 60. And same thing happened on third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, 7 days. For 7 days, Pundana only recited chapter 60. And on the 7th day, everybody closed, the temple, everybody left. Halfway, Pundana, I left my Bhagavatam, I forgot my Bhagavatam temple. So Pundana came back to the temple to get his Bhagavatam. Unfortunately, the door was closed. Temple was closed, the pujari all left. And Pundana was standing at the door. What shall I do? What shall I do? Put Bhagavatam inside. What shall I do? All of a sudden, Pundana heard some noise from the temple. He heard some noise. I thought everybody left. Some noise from them. And then Pundana peeped through the keyhole. The keyhole, he peeped through and see. He got shock of his life. Because he saw Lord Shiva reading Srimad Bhagavatam to Parvati Devi, surrounded by goblin, ghosts, pisasas. And Lord Shiva using the Bhagavatam of Pundanam and reciting to Devi. And then Lord Shiva asked, Devi asked, Lord Shiva asked Devi, how you find my narration of Bhagavatam? Is it nice? Yes, my Lord, it's very nice, but not as nice as Pundanam. Pundanam recited more beautiful. Lord Shiva said, yes, Devi, I love to hear the narration of Bhagavatam from Pundanam. And my favorite chapter is 10th Canto, chapter 60. And I want to hear again and again from Pundanam to chapter 60. That is why purposely I put the bookmark on the first page of chapter 60. And that chapter 60 is Lord Krishna is Queen Rukmini Devi. This is chapter, Lord Shiva's favorite chapter. You all go back and read again. It's very funny. Lord Krishna will tease Rukmini. Will tease. She'll be crying in her crying. It's wonderful. That is the Lord Shiva's favorite subject. And you can imagine, even Lord Shiva reads Bhagavatam. There was one Brahmana living in one village. He has desired to go for Ganga Yatra. For so many years he was saving money to go for Ganga Yatra. And then on the day he wanted to leave for Ganga Yatra, some Vaishnava came to the village and they came to recite Bhagavatam for 7 days. Since he was leaving for Ganga Yatra, he said, okay, Swami, why don't you stay in my house? Use my house because nobody there. For 7 days you can use. And you can recite Bhagavatam. And the Brahmana left. When he came to Kashi, he saw Ganga got no water. He got surprised. Hey, how come there's no water in Ganga? I never heard. Practically he saw no water in Ganga. Then he saw many coming from Ganga. Then he asked, hey, what happened? There's no water. What do we know water? We just bathe in Ganga. There you can see Ganga flowing. What do you mean no water? And then the Brahmana realized, oh, I offended Ganga. That's why Ganga refused to give darshan to me. He became very afraid. And then he ran. He ran to nearby ashram of one Muni. The Muni was meditating. And he got shocked to see Ganga Devi sweeping. Saraswati Devi, she was cooking. Kaveri, Godavari Devi, all doing some kind of menial service. He got shocked. What is it? Then he fell at the feet of the Mahan. Oh my Lord, who are you? You must be great soul. All the Devaki, river Devaki was doing some menial service. Who are you? Then the Mahan said, no, I'm just an ordinary person now. You see, my father, he reads Srimad Bhagavatam every day. After my father departed, he left the body, he gave the Bhagavatam to me. But I can't read Bhagavatam. So what I do? Every day I put an altar, I do worship. I do worship of Bhagavatam with some Ganga, some Tulsi, flower. I worship Bhagavatam. Can you imagine? Just by worship. That Sukriti, all Devaki, Punyatita, Devaki come and do service. Then the man realized, I offended because some Vaishnava came to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. I refused to listen. I thought Ganga Yatra is more higher than hearing Bhagavatam. That is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you imagine? Like I said, you can't imagine, you can't conceive that Prabhupada given us Srimad Bhagavatam. Jagasachi Prabhu once said in class, if you don't read Srimad Bhagavatam, your life is waste. He said that if you don't read Srimad Bhagavatam, your life is waste. Once Mother Parvati was on Nandi together with Lord Shiva. And Parvati Devi asked Lord Shiva, Swami, I've seen flower garlands, I've seen fruit garlands, I even see vada garlands, but I never see anybody wearing skull garland. Oh my Lord, why are you wearing skull garland? The Lord Shiva said, Devi, you know whose skull all of these? They are your skulls in previous life. My skull. Yes, when you die, because you are very dear to me, I use your skull as my garland. Oh my Lord, if I die, why you never die? Devi asked, if I die, why you never die? Lord Shiva said, because I read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Of course, Lord Shiva is eternal, okay? He's not eternal just because by reading Bhagavatam. Lord Shiva is eternal, okay? Whether he reads or not, but he wants to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why he said that. Okay. Very famous Sukha, Kale Dorsan Iti Rajanasi, Eko Mahan Gunakartana, Eva Krishnas, Mukta Sankam Pararaji. Mighty King, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of all, there is still one good quality about this. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to transcendental. So Kali Yuga, full of all. Okay? Full of, even temple is kind of full of faults. Okay? Everywhere. Prabhupada say, you come to ISKCON, don't expect utopia. Okay? Prabhupada say, don't expect utopia. That means don't expect perfection. Okay? Everywhere. You take Christianity, Muslim, whatever, every religion has some fault. Okay? But like what Prabhupada said, no matter what, never leave ISKCON. Okay? You can see, one person, can I have a mic? One person who gave Krishna to the whole world. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One person. You can forget anybody in your life, okay? You can even forget Krishna, but never forget Srila Prabhupada. Okay? He is the one who tells us who is Krishna, who gave us Jagannath Gauranitai. Once, Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj in class said, Prabhupada gave two gods to us. Prabhupada gave two gods. One is eating God, one is dancing God. Eating God is Jagannath Baladev, and dancing God is Gauranitai. So Prabhupada said, gave two gods, one eating, one dancing God. Etavan Sankhya Yogamam Swadharmam Parinisa Janmalabha Parapamsa Ante Narayana Spati. The highest perfection of human life achieved either by complete knowledge of the matter and spirit, by practice of mystic power, or by perfect discharge of occupation, is to remember the personality of Godhead at the end of life. Ante Narayana Spati. You can see Prabhupada, even at the time of death, he was translating Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you imagine how important Srimad Bhagavatam to the world? And Prabhupada was translating even at the time of death. It's amazing, nobody will do that. Because Prabhupada knows how precious is Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana. It is most dear to the Vaishnava because it describes the pure, supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsa. This Bhagavata reveals the means for becoming free from all material work together with the processes and of transcendental knowledge, renunciation and devotion. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants with devotion, become completely liberated. Srimad Bhagavatam 12, 13, 18. Okay. Prabhupada has given two boats for us to go back home. One is chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And second thing is Srimad Bhagavatam. These two boats will carry us to spiritual world and attain the lotus feet of Sri Radha Krishna. Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Tagore Premanande. Hare Krishna, thank you very much for tolerating me for the last 1 hour. We can allow one or two questions if you have questions or comment. My name is Yaduraj Krishna Das.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare
thank
Krishna.
you. It was a very wonderful class, but
Hare
I have
Krishna.
only one suggestion. During the Kirtan, Prabhupada insisted that we carry on what he sang, like, what was in the parampara. Exactly the words should not be changed. Like, it is like, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Once I asked a sannyas whether should you mention Jaya or no, Jaya Madha Kunja Bihari. So he said, when you sing in the morning, you should mention Jaya. But when you sing in the after evening, don't mention the word Jaya. That's why he told me. So anyway, I think it's true, Mataji. We should, as much as possible, stick to teaching of Prabhupada, Parampara, how the Acharya sang. Very
Yes.
important. Yeah.
In the Vrindavan temple, once like some devotee was singing downstairs, so he called Bhakti Vikas Maharaj and he asked who's doing this kirtan. So then he said, go down and tell them to follow exactly what I'm singing, like, So he was very keen, like, thank
It's
you,
true.
sorry for the...
No, it's a good comment, Mataji. Thank you very much,
Hare Krishna.
I learned something, yeah. Once proper time, Lokana Maharaj was leading Kirtan. And Prabhupada was there, and Maharaj was leading Haribol, 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 Haribol. He was saying that for so many times, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Then Maharaj sent his servant, go and stop. Maharaj asked servant, is this Haribol movement? Is this Haribol movement? So, I think only one is a Haribol. Jai Prabhupada, is I go to Haribol, that's it. The most twice, 3 times. But you shouldn't repeat so many times. So anyway, thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much for this wonderful class. I would like to just a discussion like that only, that Jiva Goswami's that Sambandha in Sandarpas, Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojana. So is it possible to analyze in each verse of Srimad Bhagavatam that 3 Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojana?
Mataji, yeah, I heard that the whole Srimad Bhagavatam speak about Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojana. Now, the relationship with Krishna, the process, sadhana, and also the goal, sadhya, the goal. So, by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada mentioned, you want to understand Krishna, God, read Bhagavatam. Many people in the world, they know God, but they don't know who is God. They don't have a relationship. You take any other movement, they don't know, they don't have relationship. But Prabhupada established in our movement how we can have a relationship with Krishna, Sambandha. What is our goal? What is Abhidaya? What is the process? Everything Prabhupada given so perfectly. Mother, I'll give you one example. See, I've been cultivating prison. So when I got permit, you have to get a permit from government. You can't simply go, you have to get a yearly permit. What they'll do, they'll check your background with the police, everything. Background, no criminal record, nothing. You're clean, then only they approve. So when I got a permit, 16 years ago, I asked one sannyas in Malaysia, Maharaj, I got a permit. How I can teach them? Maharaj said, these people are educated, they have so many bad background. Just teach them chanting enough. That's what I did. I give them beats. I teach them chanting, and they were chanting. And they were chanting, and slowly I gave them Gita. Okay, I read one verse. And I gave them proper books. Okay? And then I taught them exercise. See, in a prison, you can't get non-green food, everything green. So what they do Nirjala. The prisoner will do Nirjala. Some will drink plain water. That's how. One by one, after a few months, they start becoming a devotee, they start giving up. Even the Muslim director, they were surprised. They thought, are these people are pretending? They're pretending. One by one. They wake up 3 o'clock morning, 4 o'clock morning, chanting 20, 30 rounds. Even I'm chanting 60 rounds only. He's chanting 20, 30. They become purified and all that. Mataji, I'm telling you, we read theoretically in the books, by chanting, by reading Bhagavatam, reading books, sadhana, you can get purified. Theoretically we read. I'm seeing practically that happening. In the prison, they are murderers, 4, 5 murder, all kind of offenses. And they becoming devotee. Even the Muslim director, they were surprised. So, what I'm trying to say, Prabhupada given us clearly, what is the sambandha, what is the abhideya prajana. Prabhupada has given clearly. There is no doubt. We know who is Krishna, what relationship with Krishna, what is the process, and what is sadhya, what is the goal, prajana. We are very clear. All of us are very clear on that. Okay? So, by reading Bhagavatam, Mataji, you can establish sambandha abhideya prajana. Like what Prabhupada said. No doubt. Okay? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Can I stop here? Hare Krishna, Granda Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Slava Part ki.
His Grace, Yaduraj Krishnadas Prabhu ki, Nitai 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 Guru Sitanath Premanande, Hari Hari.